We are back again. Salud with Robert Gardner. I've got an interesting beer today. This is a Kolsch. And I was wondering, as I was getting ready to do this, I wanted something lighter because I had a Bock earlier. Kolsch seems to be in the same vein. And if you're a beer connoisseur, please don't get frustrated at me. I'm learning as I go. I don't even know what distinguishes a Kolsch as a style, but every Kolsch I've had makes me want to have another. They're light, crisp, refreshing, and we'll get a chance to see through 512 Brewing Company how this goes. You can check out their website at 512brewing.com. And before I go and read much on the website, I'm going to go ahead and crack this guy open and give it a taste. I don't want it to reflect or affect, I should say, my review. I want to go ahead and get a taste of this sight unseen. And I do not remember being blown away by this one. This happens with some of the beers that wind up in my fridge. I do not remember it being bad. You will also notice that I seem to drink even bad alcohol. So let's see. This is the thing I've noticed with Kolsch. Very light, crisp, clean, refreshing, heathery notes, honey. There's some hops and maybe light malt, but generally these are very crisp and refreshing. And it's one of the things I've noticed about beer here in Austin during the summer when it's so hot. It's just super nice to have something cool, refreshing, and crisp with a multitude of food choices. Let's go ahead and give this a smell, see what we can pick up here. Roasted barley, a little bit of yeasty notes, a little bit of honey. It's maybe 25%. Yeasty, fresh, crisp. It's not the brightest or the sharpest Kolsch I've ever had, but it is crisp, refreshing. I always talk about this when it comes to food here in Austin. There's a lot of barbecue, a lot of tacos, a lot of Tex-Mex. Typically, you want to drink like a lighter beer, and I think you could get away with this. The aroma is not like overwhelming. I'm not just like pushed back into my chair because of it. But I do get that little bit of yeasty note, a little bit of honey, about 25% of that nose. It's not challenging. I think I could bring a 6-pack to a party and people would drink it. If you have a lady friend maybe that doesn't like bitter notes, this might be a good choice. There's a little bit, but there's only like 10% hops like in the background for bitterness. It's not overly sweet. It's middle of the road. It's one of the things I like about Kolsch's as a style. I just think this, in my opinion, if I had a choice, it'd be a little bit crisp, a little bit more sharp, a little more potent, a little more fizzy maybe. But it's good. I don't think I'll be running back to the store to buy this immediately. I think there are other Kolsch's that I prefer. It's an easy drinker. Feels refreshing, crisp. Let's take a look at the website and see what they've got to say. So, best malls Pilsner and wheat malts. Key additions are Pearl and Herzbucker. And I don't know if Pearls and Herzbucker is that hops? I don't know. The international is at bitter units is 10. Alcohol by volume is 4.8. It's available year round. Local Crush is a German style Kolsch designed for maximum crushability and refreshment. Light and bright, well balanced malt and hops, severely satisfied, waiting for more. Easy going. This is the beer everyone's friends with. And it's really interesting to me that I go to 512brewing.com I'm slowly making my way through beers, through reviews, trying to develop, a sensibility of what's going on in the beer world. And it's really nice when my review of the beer sort of reflects what they're having as tasting notes. It means that my palate is developing over time. I get more of a sense of what's going on. Yeah, I just don't think it's my first choice offhand that I'm thinking of the Kolsch that I've had. I think the Allstat Kolsch, I think it's in a red can. I believe there's a review coming up if it's not already up. I think so far that's probably one of my favorites. It's the most crisp and I think refreshing. Let's see if there's any additional notes or anything about 512 Brewing Company. Once they start talking about all their stuff and they've got a philosophy that always intrigues me. You're pulling me in. And let me see, since they are, 512, where they are located here in town. 15th anniversary party. Do they have, that's their menu. Contact. That's where they're located. Let's go to the map real quick, check it out. Or no, I guess I don't have to, I can just zoom in. So it's right off of 290. Let me zoom out so I can see this. All right, it's a little south for me, but it's possible for me to pull that off. That would be really interesting. I haven't gone out yet to check out individual breweries here in town, other than Celis, which I'm a big fan of. It's amazing to me to find out that there's all these beer facilities and breweries and things around that I just did not know about. I'm only now getting enough into beer where I'm starting to notice the seasonal brews, like when it's Oktoberfest and the like. So it's super interesting. Overall, I think this is great. Knowing that they tend to focus on draft, it'd be really interesting to go and try their beers there. I think the Pecan Porter is available around Austin. It's a very common beer people buy. I'm not super excited about it. Porters and stouts are a little dark for me, unless it's like wintertime. I mean, I'll drink them, but again, I like lighter, crisp beers, but this just didn't rank in like the top of the ones that I've had. I'm not the most impressed with this. You guys can check out 512 Brewing at 512brewingcompany.com. And you can see all of the various beers that they've got there. I'm not huge into IPAs, and then I don't know, what do you guys think about wheat beers? I haven't really, I can only think of one that I've had, and I kind of wonder, it would be like a bourbon. You get like a wheated bourbon. It changes the flavor profile likely. I'll have to find it out and just try it and see. But you guys check it out. Again, that's Local Crush 512 here in Austin, Texas. This is a Kolsch. You guys can check that out and let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you again soon on Salud with Robert Gardner.